Okay, so this video is kind of a follow-up to our previous video. In our previous video, we were talking about solving the equation 3/7 x plus 9 equals 15. We did that algebraically and got x equals 14. In this video, we're going to do that by graphing, solve the exact same equation, but by graphing. What we're going to do is look at the left-hand expression, 3/7 x plus 9. We're going to put that in y1 in our calculator. And our right-hand expression, the constant 15, we're going to put that in y2 in our calculator, and we're going to see that we're still going to get the exact same answer, x equals 4, but we're going to do this by graphing. Now, I'm using the TI-84 plus C Silver Edition. You might be using a different calculator, such as the TI-83. No big deal. All the steps that I'm doing here in this video should be similar enough that you should be able to follow along regardless of the calculator that you're using. However, if there are major differences, I would strongly encourage you to kind of look at your owner's manual and figure out how to do this technique that I'm trying to show you on your calculator, because it is very efficient. However, as always, knowing how to do it by hand is probably the best thing that you can do. So anyways, let's get started. We said our y1 is going to be 3/7 x plus 9. Anytime you're using a calculator, it's always wise if you have a fraction or a negative number to put that in parentheses. Just sometimes, in my personal experience, if you forget the extra parentheses, like for 3/7 in this particular problem, the problem could come out wrong. So just extra parentheses anytime you see a fraction or a negative number. Again, I'm already in y equals. That's where I need to be. So I'm going to start typing in my left-hand expression into y1. So just take a few seconds to make sure you type it in correctly, because obviously if you mistype, it's going to alter the solution. And then the constant 15 goes in y2. Once you have it in and you verify that you've typed in everything correctly, you just want to go ahead and hit graph. Now, what I like to do every time I start a new picture is to hit zoom 6. Zoom 6 is called Z standard, and what that does, if you hit that option, is it will take you back to the default factory settings screen. And I just like to do that every time I do a new picture. That way I'm kind of starting from the same place every single time, just trying to stay consistent. And in math, consistency is really one of the major keys to success. Okay, so now I'm looking for the point of intersection where these two expressions or these two graphs are going to be equal to each other. So to find the point of intersection, I actually have to be able to see it on my screen, which I can't right now. So I have a couple of options. Probably the easiest thing to do is just hit zoom, option 3, zoom out. Okay, and I'm just going to do this one time, see if it works. If it doesn't, zoom out again. Sometimes you'll have to zoom in. And quite clearly, I can see the point of intersection is right here. Now, another way you could have done that is by hitting your window key. You could have changed the X min and X max. That'll stretch out your screen left and right. Or you could have used the Y min and Y max, alter those, and you could have that would have stretched out your screen up and down. For this particular problem, I just used the zoom out command. Whatever works for you and whatever you like, do that. Now, like I said, quite clearly we can see the point of intersection, so graphically that's where our answer is going to be. So we just need to have the calculator tell us exactly what that point of intersection is. So to do that, what you want to do is hit second calc. And obviously we're looking for a point of intersection, so option 5 is what we need. And once you hit option 5, the calculator is going to ask you a couple questions. When it asks you for first curve, all you need to do is hit enter. Second curve, all you need to do is hit enter. And now the third question is going to ask you, what is your guess? So before you do anything else, you need to use the left and right arrow keys to move your cursor as close to that point of intersection as possible, because you want to tell your calculator approximately where that point of intersection is. Okay, and that's pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter now. And then it'll tell you what the point of intersection is. So the intersection is at x equals 14 and y equals 15. Now for this particular problem, all I needed was the x, so x equals 14, and that was the exact same answer that we found when we did it algebraically. We'll be practicing this graphic method many times throughout the rest of the semester. Again, it's super efficient, and by the end of this semester, you're going to be able to do this no problem on your own. It's just a matter of typing in your calculator correctly and using the right commands. So Hope this was helpful to you.